I mean, they appear to be better than us, so that's a problem. That's a big problem. But yeah, I mean, they were better than us offensively and defensively. We couldn't guard them at all, and we couldn't score on them. So that certainly is a problem.
Kiana Black, is her issue, was that a senior being too emotional on a day when she's being honored? She played angry, I thought, throughout, and it affected her play.
Yeah, I mean, I thought she forced some things early, never really got any kind of rhythm, unfortunately, and I think that's probably a tribute to Buffalo's defense. I thought they did a good job of guarding her. So, yeah.
Did you get an official explanation on her technical?
I have no idea what happened. I don't have the first idea what happened. I mean, I don't know. They looked at the monitor for 12 minutes. That's the only thing that I know that happened for sure. And above and beyond that, I have no idea what happened.
Well, the technical stood because she eventually fouled out. Were you trying to get her out of the game early in the fourth, or at that point, because the game was being played?
No, we're gonna let her play. I mean, it's unfortunate that she fouled out, but you know, I don't think those minutes, the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, were any more valuable than the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. You know, you got 40 minutes of basketball, and good teams value all 40 minutes. And I think sometimes bad teams will try to decide what minutes are more important than others and do those kinds of things. But I think good teams value all 40 minutes. And so to us, the beginning of the fourth quarter and end of the fourth quarter is really just the same. They're just as important.
Kiera Lampkins also struggled today. Going to the rim hard to watch. She got a few calls, but she was 3 of 16 shooting. Does that fall under the umbrella of credit Buffalo's defense, or?
I mean, I think that's the politically correct thing to do. I think that's the politically correct thing to do. I think Buffalo, I mean, no matter how you slice it, twice they beat us handily. We had no chance of beating them either time, and I think that's just the reality of it. And you know, you've got to write a story with an angle to it, and you're welcome to do whatever you want. We got to go look in the mirror and say, listen, these guys are better than us. What can we do to get better? And we can't allow excuses or anything get in the way of that. We have to be honest, and sometimes the truth hurts. You know, 19 turnovers is absurd. You know, but we have to deal with that, and the facts of it that it is. The 27% from the floor and 21% from the three-point line. You know, those are real numbers. Getting out rebounded. You know, we've talked about it time and time again, and said eventually it was going to hurt us, and tonight it did. So, you know, those are things that we have to be mature enough to look at and try to make improvements on. And thankfully, we have an opportunity to do that. We have a couple more games before we head to the MAC tournament. You know, it certainly isn't the end of the world. It's disappointing, and I think the people that I'm the most disappointed for is the fans. You know, we had a tremendous following tonight. You know, you honor the greatest player that's ever played here, and you don't put forth a better effort, and that's disappointing. But, you know, there's another game next week, and we don't have time to feel sorry for ourselves. We'll get to work Monday at practice and try to get better and go from there.
Is there anything positive you could take away from this game?
Not that I saw. Did you see anything positive? Yeah, you thought it was terrible. I'll tell them you said that. They'll appreciate your honesty.
Anything else? Was it a game that was dictated, you know, first quarter? 5 minutes in, you kind of saw how this whole thing was going to play out, start to finish, unfortunately, for your perspective, I guess. It just seemed like it was a hard game. It was a hard game to watch, hard game to play because of start-stop.
Oh, it was a terrible game to watch. Yeah, I can't imagine being a spectator. You know, it was just so choppy, and there was all these stoppages and turnovers, and you know, it had to be from a fan standpoint, it had to be one of our worst games of the year. I mean, it's just terrible to watch. I had to watch it and stay till the end, but you know, I thought we might get something going, and it looked like in the second quarter that we did a little bit, but then we came out second half and we just couldn't get anything going, and I think that's because Buffalo's a better team than we are.
Just to be clear, you didn't have an issue with the technical call on Keanu. You just didn't know what the heck.
I have no idea what happens. No. I mean, I found it better just to stay out of those things. I mean, I don't care to I don't care to evaluate officials. I really could care less what they're doing. They're there just as bystanders because they have to be there. I really try to concentrate on what our kids are doing and try to figure out what the next play is. You know, all I knew is that we had the jump ball and it was going to be our ball. So we were trying to figure out how we were going to score. And whatever it is that they look at on that magical screen, they look at. I don't even know. I don't even understand what happens over there. So I have very little concern about that.